All right, so today we're working on getting some boards together for putting around the pig corral, pig pen there. And what we're going to be doing for these is, I guess it was probably about this time last year, we were getting a whole bunch of clearing done here around the farm in preparation for putting in a bunch of the fence that we put in earlier this spring. And I've ended up with a whole bunch of small logs that most of these are kind of small for really doing any sort of like good milling, you know, getting boards with straight edges and stuff on them. And it's a big mix of mainly just locust and cherry. Now, the cherry, that's going to be all firewood, and as you can see, I've been doing a little bit of work on that already. But for some of the locusts, what I'm going to do, and like I think that's one right there, I'm actually going to use those for the boards for the pig pen, and I'm just going to leave them live edge. I'm not going to worry about, you know, getting them nice and square and anything because they aren't quite that big. And I've actually separated out a few over there. And I'm just gonna slab them into like 1 inch or maybe 5/4 thick boards. I'm gonna leave the bark and everything on there. Doesn't matter if it looks real nice, it just needs to keep the pigs inside. And besides, if I did try squaring it up, I would end up with like 2 4-inch wide boards out of each one of these logs. So it's just not practical to try doing that anyways. All right, got a few logs cut up and ready to go here. I'm not sure how much of that you guys saw because it seems my camera cut out on me partway through, but I've got like 2 extra of the longer ones, a couple extra of the middle-sized ones, and then I'm thinking maybe that some of these longer ones, if they're kind of twisted weird, I may get some shorter boards, and then probably that'll give me enough for the short ones because I don't think I've got enough of the actual logs of that length cut. I don't know. We'll see once we start milling. We may cut into some of these and find they're rotten in the middle or something. But I've still got a few more pieces over here that I can cut stuff from if looks like I'm going to be running short. But let's get a few of these over to the mill and see what we got. That up, shouldn't I? Oh well. Yeah, it makes a nice grab on it. All right, well, I think I'm about halfway done. I just brought all of the 7-8 footers over here. Got all the 5 and 6s done, and I'm actually just throwing them right here in the trailer. I've got to take this trailer up anyways eventually to the loading area, because I'm going to be putting pigs in here in another week today. So this has got to go up there for that. And I figured it'd probably work pretty well to haul the lumber up. So that's where it's going for the time being, to get it hauled up there. All right, well, I got a pretty good load of locust lumber in here, and hopefully this will be everything that I'll need for doing around the pig corral. However, my track record says that this will probably be around 75% of what I need, and I'm gonna have to come back down here and cut more logs and mill up some more boards to get this project finished up. So I'm gonna bring the truck over here, get hooked up to the trailer again. I had to go someplace this morning, get the truck hooked back up, and we'll take this on up to the pig corral so that this is ready to go. All right, well, it took, I think 3 tries to get it up, and I did end up having to shuffle some of the lumber up more towards the front of the trailer. It's just too much weight here on the back. It wasn't getting enough tongue weight on there to give the truck enough traction. And even on that 3rd try with more tongue weight on there, it was still definitely spinning a fair bit, but got it up here, got it backed up right close to where the posts are, so that should make it fairly easy to just pull the stuff right out of the trailer and hook it up where we need it. I've got at least some boards in all the areas that I need. At least some boards. You can start hooking these things up and seeing what it looks like. All right, well, I'm about 2/3 of the way done, and it's starting to take shape to where you can actually see a little bit better how this is gonna work. So over here, there's the main gate, and then that opens so that we got a little gap going from the main middle woods over there that will allow them to move here into this main kind of holding area. And then I got 4 sections over here that I haven't done yet. This is all going to be board going along around through the corner. And then on this post right here, I'm going to have that gate. So that way I can kind of bring the pigs around over into here and then shut the gate behind them going into this section. And then I'll have the gate that can close to this post. That'll kind of lock them into here. I'll have that gate at the end of this little chute here. And then once I get that tree pulled out of here, I'll be able to back the trailer right up to the end there, and then just push the pigs straight out the end, right into the trailer, shut the door on the trailer, and they'll be loaded, nothing to it. I'm sure it'll go just as easy as I say it will. All right, well, all of the boards are up, and you can kind of see how that's gonna work now, I think. I still need to hang the gates somehow, and the one that is over here at the very end, that one I can use just normal, you know, hinge pins with screw in or the bolt type or whatever. For this one over here, I'm not sure what I want to do with this guy, because I really want to be able to swing this all the way around, at the very least so that it's going this way, but it would possibly be kind of nice if I could actually swing it all the way around flat to here. And as far as I'm aware, nobody makes a hinge that allows you to swing like, oh, what would that be? If you went from here to over there about 350 degrees. So I may just use like some wire or string to hook this to the post, you know, put like maybe 3 wraps around through here, one at the top, one in the middle, one at the bottom, do it around several times at each spot, and then just use that as the hinge. It's not going to be as good as a normal hinge, but that'll allow me to swing the gate all the way around, which may be kind of handy when you're trying to bring the pigs from the main area and then push them around over into the loading chute. I don't know, we'll see. This year is going to be kind of an experiment with this thing to see what works and what doesn't, and then at least I've got the main frame of it up here so that for next year I can make any changes, and I'm not going to have to spend, you know, a week or whatever doing all the work of getting everything up. It's already here. I can just make little tweaks for next year. And then the other thing that I need to do is I need to make some sort of, I don't even know if I'm going to really make it a gate or just a panel that I can kind of put in here, but I need to be able to block obviously this little opening right here off, so that once I get the pigs inside the corral area, they aren't able to go back into the main area, or if the gate's shut, to the, well, the rest of the farm. So I still got to make a little thing to go in there as well. Alright, I guess seeing as they decided to tip their water over and make some mud out of it, we'll give them a little bit more here. I want them to keep on coming back here. I don't really care if they make mud. I just want them to get used to coming into this corral area and being used to walking through here. That way, hopefully it'll make the loading process go a little bit easier if they're used to coming in for water, and they'll probably grab their feeder that's around there and drag that in here too, so that they're getting used to walking into here. So I'd say from the looks of it, I could probably use some large flat rocks to kind of go across through there, block that gap underneath there so nothing escapes, and I wonder where I might be able to find a few of those. it's Josh from the future. These next few clips, I think what happened is the microphone got ever so slightly unplugged from the camera, and so there wasn't, well, there was sound, but it was not usable sound. It was some beautiful white noise, so enjoy a little bit of music for these next few clips. Alright, so despite my best efforts of getting everything lined up, I've still got kind of a gap right in here. So I'm going to try screwing a couple of boards somehow across in here to close that up so I don't get anything trying to come through here instead of going into the trailer. I don't have my measuring tape on me. Yeah, let's see. About that much, something like that. Actually worked pretty well. That didn't. See if it'll work twice. Close enough. Perfect. I don't think there's any chance that'll come off there. One more for good measure. I got it over here. Might as well. There we go. Perfect. So I think I'm actually going to add one more board right here because with having these rocks here now, this wall is not looking quite as high as it did to start with. So I think I want to add on another one up here just to give this a little bit more height. Again, you're pushing the pigs down this way, they start deciding, maybe we don't want to load into the trailer. It looks and it sees that this wall looks like it might be jumpable. It may try going up and over there, so I don't think it's going to hurt anything to make that go up just a little bit further. There we go, that looks better. I don't think they'll try going over something that tall. They better not. And yes, the screws do stick out just a little bit on the other side. Maybe 2 higher. Then maybe add another row over here too. I know I'm building it like Fort Knox, but you did not want to have to deal with a pig that gets out when you're trying to load it. It is not fun at all. That, I think, ought to keep them from being able to go back through there once I get them in. What do you think? Maybe screw it in or tie something around there to the post or something. Either way, they'll have a hard time getting through there as long as it's held up well. It's not going to fall over.